All right, welcome back, everybody. Round number 4, the finals. We have Devin D and Paul R, who we just watched. If you're watching live, you just saw Paul R just absolutely draw the nuts against Adrian. But Devin D on Hammer Time, he is 3-0 against Paul, who is also 3-0. Correct these records. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching over on Twitch, make sure to follow, of course, and also get on in the chat. I'd love to hear from everybody. You know, streaming is always a lot funner when people talking and participating. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you're watching and you're in the area, come on out. It is only 10:20. You have an hour and a half and some change. But yeah, this is our final round. We have 3 current undefeateds. Hal, who we saw earlier in the night playing Gift Storm, he is undefeated. Has been conceded to him because, yeah, I mean, that was a crazy game. But he's undefeated, and I think he got the pair down. Well, he definitely got the pair down. And then Devin, obviously 3-0. Paul, 3-0. So we will have, maybe, we might have 2 4-0s tonight. We shall see. So Aaron Mesa, down to 19. Getting a hallowed fountain. Esper Sentinel into Ornithopter. That's back. Let's see what Paul has. Tower of Power into map. You gonna pay 1? No? I'm gonna draw a card then. Esper Sentinel, very strong. Showing its teeth. Alrighty. Inkmoth Nexus. Stoneforge Mystic. Trigger. We're gonna go find a really cool equipment. Maybe it's a hammer. Maybe it's not. Probably a hammer, though. This has got to be a bad matchup for Tron. I just have to imagine. Oh, it's called a complete. Makes sense as well. Attack for 1. Down to 19. All gonna play a mine. And a pass. Devin takes his draw step. Horizon Canopy. The land there. See Expedition. Stoneforge gonna cheat in. Trigger. All right, let's get this Cauldron complete on screen for you folks. It's got Living Weapon, and it's indestructible. Equipped creature has +5/+5 and has first strike, trample, indestructible, haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. Equip cost 7. So down to 13 goes Paul. Paul gonna take a draw step. All right, Paul, gonna tap 4 mana. There's Karn the Great Creator. Where are we going with this, Paul? Going up or down? So we're gonna go find something out of the sideboard. And there's the Ensnaring Bridge. Spell Pierce. Holy smokes, that's pretty good from Devin. So that'll fizzle the Ensnaring Bridge. Paul just has to pass. Paul in big trouble. That was big game from Devin. There's an Urza Saga. Put a trigger on there. Counter. D20 for a... I like that. You use D20 sometimes when you're having planeswalkers and stuff. Sigardi's Aid, Urza Saga, and Giver of Runes. The cards in Devin's hand. Yeah, Paul. This is a rough matchup, but this is a rough board state. That Spell Pierce was absolutely brutal for him. Gonna crack here. The Horizon Canopy, draw a card. Gonna fire up. Yeah, all right. I like it. So we're tagging for 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Karn's gonna drop. And then Paul's gonna drop to 8. There's an Urza Saga, trigger. Put a counter on it. A D6. Sphere. Are you gonna pay? I think Devin forgot earlier. Maybe he didn't, but maybe Paul paid whenever he casted Karn. There's a star. Pop it. Get a green mana, I'm assuming. Oh! Oh no! Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Paul, seeing the writing on the wall there, you know, obviously that was a big accident. He didn't mean to flip the top 5 or 6 cards of his deck. But, yeah, so Devin going to take game number uno in pretty short order. I mean, this, again, I really do think this is a bad matchup. I'm not a Tron player or a Hammer Time player, but I have to imagine this is just pretty abysmal matchup. I think maybe Burn might be a worse matchup, but definitely not good. Both players heading to the sideboard. Well, obviously, Paul not doing anything with the sideboard, but Devin heading to the sideboard. It probably only gets worse from here for Paul. He will be on the play, and hopefully he doesn't mulligan twice for his sake. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. We do appreciate it. I'm Les Alex. I make content. You can follow me on YouTube, over on TikTok, Twitch. Check me out there. But make sure to follow Impact Gaming Center on all the socials. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all the places. TikTok. And if you're in the St. Louis area and want to play Magic the Gathering, there's no better place than our 22,000 square foot facility here in the beautiful Fairview Heights, Illinois, about 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis. So if you are in the Metro East, or if you're in St. Louis, I know y'all are allergic to water. I get it. You don't want to cross the river, but come on over. Have a good time. Friday nights, we have like 50 plus people in the building. It's a lot of fun. 20 plus. We've got 21 tonight for Modern, and many more playing Commander. It's a blast. But as these guys, well, as Devin gets done sideboarding here, let's head back down to the feature match area for game number 2. And Devin won in pretty decided fashion. And we are having Win-A-Box-A-Thon 2 tomorrow at 1 p.m. and it goes all day. So if you're in the St. Louis area, come on by. It'll be a blast. That is March 30th, 2024. Come hang out, play some Magic, win some boxes, have a blast. Then we have a CEDH tournament on April 20th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Underground C to first, $50 in store credit from second to fourth. And then from 5th to 10th is $35 store credit. So be a lot of fun. Paul gonna take a mulligan. He is on the play, I assume. And Tron, of course, does mulligan really well. So not the hugest issue if he's mulliganing just once. Devin gonna mulligan. Hammer Time does mulligan really well too. So both these decks mulligan friendly. Obviously you don't want to do it, but hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Paul looking directly into the camera. What's up, Paul? And so did Devin. What's up, Devin? All right. Let's see what we got. Devin not showing us anything. Looks like a keep for me if I'm Paul, but what do I know? I'm just a small-time bird lawyer. Gonna put Relic back. Looks like Devin's deciding on what he wants to put back. Map, go. Was that a Lavinia? Azorius Renegade? Was that what that was? That would be excellent. I would love to see that. I'm sorry, Paul. If you're watching this after the fact, I apologize. I just love that card. I didn't quite get a good look, but it did look like a retro border Lavinia. Yeah, that is certainly what it is. Oh my gosh, this is going to be really good. Let me get that pulled up real quick, because I'm sure that's being played. All right, back to Paul. Map. And Sentinel, of course, for Devin. He's also got an Ornithopter. Doesn't have the other blue and or white source, though. So Devin not going to be able to get to cast this Azorius Renegade. But basically, it shuts off Tron. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with mana value greater than the number of lands that player controls. And whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, you get to counter it. Very strong card. The older the formats get, the better the card is too, so. But unfortunately for Devin, have to wait. We're going to go get the Tower Power here for Paul. Sigardi's Aid. Attack. 1. Map, go. So he will have Tron online next turn. That's an Ink Moth Nexus, I do believe. And we're going to fire up that Ink Moth Nexus and attack for 2. 1 poison. And I don't have a poison counter. There we go. That works. Down to 18. Up to 1 poison, down to 18. Crack map, into turn. Okay, so Paul, this turn should be probably pretty good. Not sure what's in Paul's hand, but he's got to get something going. Granted, Devin really doesn't have anything going. But the second that Devin draws a hammer, it's going to be bad news bears for Paul. Because there's a Blink Moth Nexus on the battlefield. Two Ink Moths, rather. That is Ink Moth, not Blink Moth. Alright, so we are Tronin. Eight mana. Ooh. Fortunately for Devin, all of his permanents right now, other than Esper Sentinel, are colorless. So he gets the needle, or he doesn't get the needle or the Ornithopter, but the Sigardi's Aid and the Esper Sentinel gonna hit the bin, or exiled rather. So immediate threat, kind of dealt with. Looks like Devin does have another Sigardi's Aid though. And unfortunately that Azorius Renegade, or Lavinia Azorius Renegade, is rotting in Devin's hand because he hasn't been able to find another blue and or white source. Devin kind of in the tank here. I mean, when you're facing down Ugin, that's hard times. That's hard times, baby. But certainly in the tank. Rubbing the beard, rubbing the temple. Gonna fire up an Ink Moth. Gonna attack you. 2 poison. Gotta get poison counters. And there's another Esper Sentinel. Alright. Does Paul have any way to really deal with these Inkmoth Nexuses? Inkmoth Nexis? Nexi? I don't know. Map, inbound. Do you want to pay? No. Draw a card for Devin. We're going to up. Probably shoot the Esper Sentinel. Probably should have done that before we casted our spell. All right. Not sure what Devin drew. Regardless, though, he's going to fire up Ink Moth. Gonna battle. Up to 3 poison. Doing it the hard way. Tap 1 for a Haywire Mite. It's all good and fine. Crack the map. Get the tower. All the mana, all the time here for Paul. Devin gonna do a little Kutski. Paul gonna draw ski. And there is the Tower of Power. Paul bluffing that he's got a Ulamog. That'd be a big game on this board. I mean, Paul, you know, holy smokes. If he had that, I mean, he'd be able to blow up the Ink Moths and pretty much end the game on the spot. Down. Well, there's an Oblivion Stone. Not sure how eager Paul would be to crack that, though. It would kill Zugin, and Zugin's really the only thing that Paul's got going for him right now. Devin's got a Spell Pierce in hand, too, so. And even with all this mana, Spell Pierce is still, you know, still thing. We do have the Saga ticking up to 2. Esper Sentinel, Sagardazade, that Lavinia, and the Spell Pierce. Devin in the tank here. You just fire up both Ink Moths and go to town. Firing up one at least. Yeah, firing up both. I actually like this. Get aggressive. Gotta stop Eugene from ultimating here. Putting a fate counter on Eugen here with the O Stone. So if and when Paul wants to pop this Oblivion Stone, the Ugin is now protected. Hey, Paul's doing a great job here. Really, I mean, Devin kind of had rough couple draws here the last couple turns, but Paul's putting in the fight. Putting in the fight. It's a bad matchup, remember that. Tapping 5, we're gonna pop. Don't know what was named. Ryu. Down to 16. Goes Devin. There's Karn. It had to have been a Karn. It had to have been a Karn. That was named with the Pithing Needle. Paul's probably had it in his hand since probably his opener. I don't know, but that has to have been what was naming with Pithing Needle. We're going to name Chalice of the Void. Be pretty good on one here. A star. And Chalice on 1. Pretty decent. Assembling the Planeswalkers. What do we want to do with this Urza Saga? We're going to create a creature, a construct, as it were. Looks like it. Making a dude. All right. That Pokemon card is a construct. Baronzong. Love it. It is a 1/1 currently. We're going to get a 1-drop. A Wiremite would be pretty sweet. Get to blow up that chalice. Then Springleaf Drum. Okay, now you can start cast. Okay, that makes sense. Now we can finally get that Lavinia Azorius Renegade online. Finally. Had it in his hand on turn 1. I don't know how good it is at this point. I mean, Paul's got 6 lands in hand, or on the battlefield rather than, so. Yeah, if you do that, like, Ugin just shoots it. So maybe you just go Sigardi's Aid, Esper Sentinel. Oh, okay. Just, gonna put him to 5 poison. Gonna do anything? Nope. Bronzong is definitely meta, Birdman. Bronzong is always meta. We're gonna tick down the Karn. That's right. Actually, Springleaf Drum, interesting choice because it can't activate because of Karn. Haywire might also wouldn't have been able to activate, so it's kind of like, you know, rocking a hard place situation. We're just gonna make a gigantic Walking Ballista for 5. So now, if Devin wants to activate his Ink Moss, we've got recourse because this Walking Ballista is going to shoot down anything. Ultimating the big boy. Holy smokes, we are getting an ultimated Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Draw 7 cards, and then you can... Yeah, right? We're all readers today. Choose 7 of them. And do they get cast? I think they get cast. Holy smokes, yeah. What an ultimate. You ever see this? And we're going to just reload on our Karn. Discard that, or that one goes to the bin. Is the One Ring a cast trigger and enters the battlefield trigger? It is enters the battlefield, so he has protection from everything until... All his protection from everything until his next turn. It's been really cool to watch. It's unfortunate that Devin didn't have blue-white available on turn 2. This would have been a much different game if Lavinia was on the battlefield on turn 2. Obviously, Ugin wouldn't be here. So much of this wouldn't have happened. But as it stands, I mean, we're here. And Paul is just ultimated Ugin. I don't know if Devin is a never scoop kind of guy, but certainly feels like this game is all but over at this point. If Walking Ballista wasn't on the table, I wouldn't know if that would be true. But since Walking Ballista is on the board, as soon as, you know, these Ink Moths try to get frisky, yeah. We're going to go to game 3. Paul takes down game number 2 in the final round. The winner of this match gets $32 in store credit. So, you know, there are things on the line here, aside from just pride and winning on your future match. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We do appreciate it here at Impact Gaming Center while they're sideboarding. Just want to say, we appreciate you if you're watching on Twitch. Make sure to follow. We do this every single Friday at 7 p.m. We broadcast our modern tournaments. And if you're in the St. Louis or St. Louis Metro East area, come on out. Hang out. We're open till midnight tonight. And tomorrow we have Win-A-Box-A-Thon number 2. So Modern, Draft, Pioneer, all the fun formats we're doing. $20 Win-A-Boxes all day from 1 p.m. to close, which will be 10 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, come on out, hang out. But let's get back down to the action. Thanks for hanging out. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And if you're watching on Twitch, head on over there. SW, what is that? SWU. Star Wars Unlimited? Yeah, I mean, we could do that one night. We just have to get the okay from the bosses. The problem with that is, I don't know what those cards do. So commentating that game would be very difficult. So. But, yeah, you wouldn't have this riveting coverage, this riveting breakdown of these games. But, yeah, the commentary would be pretty bad. I don't know what any card does. Well, that's not true. I know what some cards do. That Vader, though. Both players going to take a mulligan. But yeah, the best 2 words in coverage for Magic the Gathering. Co-cast with you? I mean, message our Facebook. Maybe we can make that happen. I'd love to learn the cards. That way we could stream things other than... We could stream other Magic formats, like Pioneer or Standard. Commander would be a wild ride, but we could do it. But yeah, I assume Devin's going to be on the play here for game number 3. Both players taking a mulligan. Both players consulting the hand. And both players in the tank here. Would love to commentate a draft. That'd be fun. Maybe we could do that tomorrow. But yeah, everybody, if you are in the area, please come on out. You know, if you're looking for a place to play, there's no better place tomorrow specifically, and just in general, than Impact Gaming Center if you're in the St. Louis area. We've got 22,000, depending on who you ask, square feet of play space, play area. And we'd love to see you. Haven't played Magic in 20 years, but I love watching it for some reason. You know, I love watching Magic, whether I'm like in a mood to play or not. I always like just turning it on. So I completely feel that. All right, here we go. Paul down to 5, I believe. Yeah, I guess that's what the dice is for. Down to 4. Oh, man. I mean, again, Tron is a deck that can still win on a mulligan to 4. However, against Hammer Time, on the draw, it's going to be rough. But there is a combination of cards that could make it possible for him. Not going to write him off. Paul's a good player. He's made it this far tonight. You know, let's not cast him out yet. It's like the Sprite finals. We got lemon and lime. Their sleeves are lemon and lime. All right, yep. in the tank, as he should be. I mean, take your time. It's a big decision. Some store credit on the line. Feature match victory on the line. Twitter cloud on the line. So much on the line. Oh my gosh. All right, so we will start with a Hallowed Fountain. Shocked in. Haywire Might. Go. Looked like I saw Sigarda's Age. Sigarda's Aid. And there is a Relic of Progenitus. Temple Garden. That's what he needed last game. So we got a Pure Steel. We got a Springleaf Drum. An Esper Sentinel. We're going to lead this turn off, though, with a Springleaf Drum. We're going to tap the Haywire Might. And dump our hand. Devin at 16 from the double shot, rather. Relic, he cracks it to draw, plays a Forest, and passes back. Yeah, desperate times, desperate measures here for Paul, so unfortunately he does have to crack that Relic. Not that Relic does too much in this matchup, I guess. So, you know, a cycle's pretty okay. Go to 15 for Devin off the fetch. And Devin will play Pure Steel. And we will attack for 2. Down to 17. So not a rip-roaring start here for Devin. Paul has an opportunity on the mulligan to 4, on the draw. In game 3, he has an opportunity here to cobble something together. Let's see if he can. He's going to go Sylvan Scrying, and he will have Tron online next turn. Do you want to play the 1? He will. He said, no, we're not giving you extra cards right now. If he has... If Paul has an Ugin in hand, it's going to be epic. Because that would be one way to definitely stabilize. Oh, there's Stoneforge Mystic, though. So this is going to be the big hurt. And I'm not talking about Frank Thomas. I'm talking about Colossus Hammer, thanks to Sigarda's Aid, getting attached immediately. Devin will draw a card, triggering off of Pure Steel Paladino. Card's nuts. Sigarda's Aid, trigger. Put it on Esper Sentinel. That is an 11/11. So we're attacking for 11, 12, 13, 14 potentially. Very good draw here for Devin. Nice reference. Hey, you know, I try. I try to be insightful and entertaining. All right. We got 4 mana. The 1 ring. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely pretty good. He can string together a couple 1 rings and he will be protected because the 1 ring means when it enters a battlefield, he has protection until his next turn. Nothing can target him. He can't do anything. Devin didn't even untap it. Oh, he's still going, but I thought it was Devin's turn. I was like, Devin didn't even untap his creatures because he knows he can't do anything. And then a follow-up of an O-Stone. That's a pretty big turn. Unfortunately, though, we're going to sacrifice a Haywire Might. That's going to take care of the O-Stone. Yeah, because the 1 ring does not, unfortunately, protect his things. It just protects Paul himself. So in response, we'll draw a card. Haywire Might Exiles? Haywire Might's cracked. Yeah, wow. That is insane. That card is just busted. But still, Paul did get the trigger, so he has protection. And he did get to activate it once, so... I mean, he would have just died. Because he is at 3, not 17. I do apologize for that. Other than casting spells, Devin obviously can't attack him. I mean, he could attack him. It wouldn't do anything, but... I wonder what he drew. He's in the tank over this card that he drew. If you guys saw what he drew, let me know. Oh, Pithing Needle. Okay, yeah. Sure, that makes sense. Have a think about that one. Not sure what he's naming. I would name Ugin. I don't know what he drew, what he named here. Let's see. Okay. Paul. I mean, would that even do anything? I think even with an Ulamog, he's still in rough shape. Oblivion Stone. Okay. And he didn't name O-Stone. So, bye-bye, little Sebastian. Because there goes all your permanents. Bye-bye, little Sebastian. Yeah, wow. What a game. Paul is just... Yeah, no, I'm not paying the one here. Where's Kyle? Ancient Stirrings. Wow, okay, so Paul might be cooking here. Map. Oh, there's an Ulamog! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, yeah. Devin's like, that's pretty good, I guess. Is Paul gonna steal this game on a mulligan to 4 on the draw in game 3 of the finals here? Holy smokes! Just ripping hot fire like Dylon off the top of his deck. The best 5 rappers in the world. Paul, and Paul. Holy smokes. Let's see what Devin has, though. Stoneforge Mystic, Trigger. What are we going to get? Cauldron Complete? Is Cauldron Complete? Oh, he can't play it immediately. Cauldron Complete is an issue, though. It does have haste. Granted. Paul plays the Ulamog, exiles the Ink Moth, and the Stoneforge Mystic. But he's gonna get a hammer. So he could cast hammer. He's just gonna fire up and attack for 1 poison. That'll be the first poison in the game. Unfortunately, in this scenario, unfortunately for Devin, Inkmoth Nexus does not do combat damage in means of regular damage. Dylon and Paul. That's right, Rebellion. Yeah, he's got the mana. I mean, we know he's got the mana. And there is Ulamog. It is a cast trigger. It doesn't even need to enter the battlefield, I imagine. Boop and bop. See ya. Thanks for playing. Those will get exiled. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm rooting for Paul here, because I am impartial as impartial can be. But this has been a magnificent turnaround. It's hard not to get excited when... I mean, Paul's just been ripping hot fire off the top of his deck, and unfortunately for Devin, he's just kind of been not having the very typical hammer time starts that you want to see if you're sitting in his seat. This is going to be a Shadow Spear. I'm going to pass back, so Paul's going to get to attack and exile the top 20 cards of Devin's deck. And, oh yeah, deal 10 damage. Trigger. We're going to Tap a green. Ancient Stirrings. This could be, if this is another haymaker, it might be game. Ooh, there's Karn. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Shuffle those, put them on bottom. I'm assuming Karn is going to enter the fray here. Wow. These games that Paul's been winning, if you watched last round, if you're watching on YouTube, go watch round 3 on the same date, and holy smokes. He's been ripping / playing magnificently. And Devin, unfortunately, slumped back. I mean, it's rough. It's rough out here for Devin. I mean, the O-Stone, the one ring into O-Stone, just absolutely back-breaking. And then he found the Ancient Stirrings to find Ulamog, cast Ulamog. There's a Sundering Titan. And we're going to blow up all your lands. Yep, that's what that card does. Attack for 10, exile the top 20. Devin, like, I'll block with my Shadow Spear. That's not how that card works, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is he going to show us? He has no obligation to, but I guess you should show your opponent. Yep, those are all exiled. Untap. Ornithopter. Hey, it's a blocker. And there's a Colossus Hammer. That's probably never getting equipped at this point. And yep. Nope, we gotta. Oh, he's making the token, I would assume. It's like, let's not forget that trigger. Not even worried about it. Doesn't even want the token. Said, I don't want no stinking token. Just getting Sphere. Yeah, I mean, Devin was looking like he was, I would say, 80% to win this game. And then Paul just goes runner from one ring into O-Stone and then into Ancient Stirrings, found Ulamog, and just absolutely turned this game around on a dime. And a dime is exactly what Ulamog costs when you cast it. Cityscape Leveler, attack, GG. And what a tournament for Paul. Paul's going to take down the tournament. He's going to be the 4-0. I don't know if we had another 4-0, or we had another 3-0 rather, coming into this round. I'm not sure if he won, but what year is it? Because we have Gift Storm, which was our other 3-0, and Mono Green Tron potentially taking down, obviously, Paul taking down his, handling his business, going 4-0. We'll see if Hal won, but thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. We appreciate you here at Impact Gaming Center. Again, if you're in the area, make sure to come on up tomorrow for Win-A-Box-a-thon number 2. We'll be doing $20 Win-A-Boxes all day from 1 p.m. to 10, and we are in the fantastic Fairview Heights, Illinois. So if you are in the St. Louis Metro or Metro East area, come on out. It's about 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This will be up soon. Follow us on Twitch at Impact Gaming Center. Well, that's the handle. But I'm Les Alex. You can follow me on all the socials. I make Magic the Gathering content too, so check me out on YouTube and Twitch, as well as Facebook. But we appreciate you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Rebellion. We appreciate you for, hanging out in chat and chatting it up with me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And until next week, which is when we'll be streaming. We'll probably be streaming tomorrow, too. A couple of the Win-A-Boxes. But yeah, thanks, everybody. Do appreciate you. And until the next time we stream, I will catch you all on the flippy flop. Adios.